On the islands north of Scotland, there was one rule older than the church itself: never say its name. Because the thing that lived in the sea around Orkney had no skin. And if you named it, it could hear you. The islanders called it the devil of the sea when they had to call it anything at all. Mothers would not whisper the word indoors. Fishermen turned their boats around if a stranger spoke it aloud on the water. This is the creature they refused to name. Entry number 1. Far north of the Scottish mainland, where the North Sea collides with the Atlantic, lie the Orkney Islands. Treeless, wind-scoured, ringed by black water. For 1,000 years, the people here lived from two things: the sea and the shore. And they knew, the way you know a dangerous neighbor, that the water around their islands was not empty. Of all the things they believed swam in that darkness, one was feared above every other. The old Orcadians said that even the sea's other monsters were afraid of it. The entry, a demon of the sea. In appearance, a horse, but wrong. Fused to its back, as if grown from its spine, the torso of a man. A rider that could never dismount, because rider and horse were one flesh. Its head, the accounts say, was far too large, rolling on a neck too weak to carry it. A single eye, burning red like a live coal. The man's arms so long that its knuckles dragged along the ground. And no skin, none at all. The whole of it raw, black blood moving through yellow veins, white sinew working, muscle twitching with every step, everything visible, everything exposed. The islanders had seen dead things washed up on their beaches. They knew exactly what flesh without skin looked like. That is what they say walked out of their sea at night. The legend records exactly one man who met it and lived to tell what he saw. His name was Tammas. It was a moonlit night, and Tammas was walking home along a narrow road, the sea on one side, a freshwater loch on the other, a road with no way off it. He saw something ahead, something huge moving toward him. At first, he took it for a horse and rider. Then he saw that the rider was not sitting on the horse. The rider was growing out of it. Tammas wanted to run, but the old people had a saying: it is useless to flee from the devil of the sea. And so, trembling, he kept walking. The moon lit the thing as it came closer, and Tammas saw what no man was meant to see. The great head swaying, the eye like a burning coal, the arms trailing to the road. And no skin. He watched the black blood run through its veins. He watched the muscles of its body work as it walked. Its breath rolled over him like steam from a boiling kettle, and his legs nearly gave beneath him. But Tammas noticed something. The creature kept to the seaward side of the road, as far from the loch as the road allowed. Fresh water. It hated fresh water. As one long arm swept out for him, Tammas ducked toward the loch's edge, and his foot splashed down into the shallows. The touch of the loch water made the beast recoil with a snort like thunder. And Tammas ran. He ran for the one thing that could save his life. The burn, the small stream that carried the loch's fresh water across the road and down to the sea. If he could cross it, he was safe. Behind him, hooves hammering the road, that furnace breath on his neck. At the bank of the stream, the creature made its last strike. A huge hand swept down and snatched the cap from his head as Tammas hurled himself over the running water. He landed on the far bank, and the world went black. When he woke, dawn was breaking. The road was empty. Tammas lived to be an old man, and to the end of his life, they say, he would not walk that road at night. And he never, not once, said the creature's name. So why did an entire people believe in this thing? Look at what the demon was blamed for. Every winter, horses on the islands died of a wasting disease the Orcadians called mortashine. That was the creature's breath. When storms flung salt across the fields and the crops blackened, that was the creature's doing. Drought, epidemics, bad harvests, all of it, the demon's rage. And then there is the seaweed. In the 1700s, the kelp-burning industry came to Orkney. Landlords burned mountains of seaweed for industrial ash, and thick, acrid smoke rolled over the islands for weeks at a time. The islanders despised it. And the legend adapted. Burning the sea's weed, they said, enrages the demon, and it answers with plague and blight. A monster shaped like a protest. One final detail from the old accounts. In summer, the demon vanishes, held prisoner, they said, by an older and gentler power. The mither of the sea, the spirit of calm summer water. Because that is what this creature truly was, winter itself, the season when the sea kills. The bestiary records one weakness, not iron, not prayer. Fresh water. The creature is a thing of the salt sea. Rain drives it back into the waves, and it cannot cross fresh running water. A stream no wider than your stride is a wall it cannot pass. So if you ever walk a night road between the sea and a loch, know where the streams run. And whatever you see out there, do not say its name. Entry number 1. The Nuckelavee. The Devourer. Region: the Orkney Islands, Scotland. Class: sea demon. Preys on: lone riders, livestock, and crops. Danger: 3 out of 5 malefic. Weakness: fresh running water. The rule: never say its name aloud. The entry is recorded. The bestiary closes. But it does not stay closed for long.